Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 2 Minutes with T. I'm David Tegrotenhuis, and today I have with me Timothy Van Soelen. Tim is from Dordt College. He also oversees CACE. So I'm going to just have Tim introduce himself and share a little bit about the work that he does with CACE.
Thanks, David. My name is Tim Van Soelen. I serve as the director for the Center for the Advancement of Christian Education. So we do take the abbreviation of CASE. CASE really exists for three reasons. One is to network Christian schools, two is to develop school leaders, and three is to promote innovative practices within faith-based schools around North America. We've been around for about 6 years, and we work with schools across North America in lots of different ways. I would say we have three main functions. One is what we're engaged in with Pella Christian Grade School, the idea of consulting. The second area is through a product called Teaching for Transformation, which we're really excited about seeing at Pella Christian Grade School as well. And then the third area is in data analytics. And so we have data dashboards that help Christian schools continue to get better, find ways to measure themselves against other schools within our faith-based network.
So this week we've had 4 CASE fellows at Pella Christian Grade School on Wednesday and Thursday. And they're kind of doing a deep dive into our current reality. And if you could share a little bit, Tim, about what the roles and what the process was like this week, and what the next steps are for the 4 CASE fellows that have been here the past 2 days.
Absolutely, thank you. So we do have 4 CASE fellows here. 2, I would say, understand places like Pella Christian really well. Actually, my wife Jill Van Soelen is one of them. And myself, we live in Northwest Iowa, part of Sioux Center Christian Schools and Dordt College. Chad Dirksey is the president of Chattanooga Christian Schools in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And then David Urban is the owner of an organization called Charter Oak Research that does demographic market enrollment management services with Christian schools around North America as well. So each of us brings a different set of eyes to what's happening at Pella Christian Grade School. And as David said, these 2 days are really about a current reality assessment, and so we have interviewed a ton of great people, faculty, administration, current families, future families, people who have been supporting Pella Christian Grade School for 70 years, and we had great conversations with some of your students today as well. That was probably a highlight for me. Incredible students. So at the end of the day, at the end of today, we actually prepare what we call a current reality assessment in 5 areas: in board governance and team leadership, in marketing and enrollment management, in teaching and learning, in strategic financial planning, and in culture and climate. So we identify things that we can definitely affirm from our 2 days at Pella Christian, as well as through the data that has been provided to us. Craig Yuffer and yourself and Jody did an unbelievable job of providing us with lots of data that highlights those areas as well. And then we'll have some recommendations or some further considerations for David and the board, and what we call a strategic road mapping team to think about. And that's really the next step. So we will come back with our full report, and we'll ask Pella Christian Grade School to identify what we call a strategic road mapping team. And that team will take our data to the next level to identify what are some strategies, we call them impact area strategies in each one of those 5 areas that are going to help Pella Christian Grade School become not simply sustainable, but actually thriving and flourishing. And it's an exciting process. It's a very detailed process. At the very end of our process, we leave you with a deliverable that has a 5-year forecast that looks at enrollment trends, programs that you might consider going after, what are the costs associated with those programs, and hopefully a really clear path for what Pella Christian aspires to be.
All right, so lots of interviews. Could you just share, as we wrap things up here today, this week, just a couple of takeaways that you've had in your 2 days at Pella Christian Grade School?
Absolutely. First, unbelievable people work in this building. People that are deeply committed, that are passionate, that care, and there's been a history of that. When we asked some of your students, we just said, who are your favorite people in the building? The list was diverse and it was long. It included people who have retired from this place, like their kindergarten teacher and their second grade teacher. as well as people who are currently working every day here, from Kevin the custodian to people in the lunchroom. I mean, it's a great place filled with great people. Well, probably the best compliment we could give you is that all 4 fellows felt like you could pick this school up, place it in any community in North America, and it would flourish, because you have unbelievable programs, unbelievable people. The third thing that really came to light was not simply the generational support that exists here, but the community support that exists here. So whether families are new to the community or have been here for 3 generations, this place is very, very well supported and loved and cared for, and that's something never to take for granted, and it's not something we see at too many Christian schools.
Tim, I want to thank you. I want to thank the CACE Fellows for your work these past couple of days. We're excited to see the report and process that with you in the coming weeks and months. And we're excited to share this information out with you as well. So be looking for more information about the CACE report and information regarding it. Thank you for joining me on another episode of 2 Minutes with T, and we'll see you next week.